Whatever you feel comfortable.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to What You Not Gonna Do podcast. We're just gonna let you guys come on and trickle in for a minute. Happy Wednesday.
Let's see it on Facebook.
Yep.
Just share.
Okay.
Hey, good evening, everyone. All right. You guys ready to get started?
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you again for coming to hang with us on another episode of What You Not Gonna Do podcast. I am Big Fletch, and over to the far left is Miss
Jada Fire.
And today we have a special guest with us, and that is Miss Clarita.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, thank you for coming and hanging with us on tonight's episode.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're just gonna come and just want to talk to you and see what you got going on, what's new, give some advice, and share some insight and light on different things that people may not, know about, from music to movies and scoring and all of that. So,
Sounds like my kind of conversation.
okay. Awesome. So, first off, how's everybody feeling? Like, how's the Wednesday evening going for you ladies? How you guys doing?
It's going.
It's going.
I'm
Same.
ready for Friday.
Man.
Yeah, I'm ready. Although Monday's gonna come with a blink of an eye, but I'm ready for Friday for sure.
Same. Goodness.
I'm like her. I'm waiting for the weekend too. It seemed like it just was Monday,
Yeah.
and it's Wednesday already. So,
It's like still 2 more days.
hey, Akinole. Oscar said, "Hey, my light skinned friends," and beautiful Colbert said, "Hi, everyone."
Hello. Happy Wednesday evening. So, just so we can go ahead and jump into it, in case people aren't aware, your hands pretty much dibble and dabble in a lot of different areas, especially when it comes into the entertainment, side of things, which is pretty high,
Yeah.
for you to really jump into your craft like this and then be great at what you do. So, just to kind of start into it, what is it that really got you started within it? Was it the writing, or was it just your love for music? What got you started?
That is the love for music. That's it. It's unexplainable for real. Like I don't think I know people say this kind of stuff, but I don't know how I would be without me. I don't watch TV, which is weird because I do music for movies, but you can't pay me to go to a movie theater in real life. Like, I hate it. So it's just all about music for me. Since I was a kid, I guess my mom was in the entertainment industry, and that's pretty much all I ever knew.
Okay.
So I think that's where I got my love for it, just from day one.
Oh, wow. So like your mom would be like that main influence for you? Like
I would have to say yes for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is some like projects or something that your mother worked on?
Okay, so she started out working at, I don't know how old you are. She started out working at Barton Cable, and that was
I remember.
before.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So she had a few shows that she produced on there, and then she got an opportunity to transition to working at BET in Washington, D.C. So we moved to Washington. I was in 8th grade. And so she produced a few of their main promo spots, like their commercials. And then she went on to produce 2 of their shows. Video LP was one. I don't know if you remember that. But Video Soul, I know y'all probably remember that. She produced Video Soul. So that's some of the main things that she did. And then now she has her own production company and photography, and she's like a Jamaican. She like me. She do a lot. So yeah, she do a lot. So but that's
where you get it all from.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
How was it being raised, like in that time of her being in her, like you in essence, like in her bag when it came to like
it
what she was doing?
Crazy. It was crazy because I just met so many different people as a kid, people that I absolutely love. So some of them was like not easy to take.
Really?
Like when I met Jodeci, I cried.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so I wasn't able to keep my calm through a lot of it, but it was cool, mainly because of that. I mean, concerts, backstage, all kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool.
I know how you feel because I cried when I went to Lil Wayne concert and I couldn't get him.
And so that's what happened.
Well, that was the Hot Boys, though.
That's what happened. She came and got me from school one time, and we were supposed to go to the concert. And when we got to the concert, we missed him. And I cried the entire time. And then, so the next time, she came and got me early from school and took me to BT Studio, and they got this room called the Green Room, and I'm sitting in there, I'm enjoying the shows by myself, minding my own business. And it's like I still, but woo, the door opened, and it was Jodeci coming in, and I ran out. I ran out crying, like, where is my mom? I need to find her. Like, I was frantic, like, Jodeci, I can't believe it. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was in the 8th grade, so it was crazy. Yeah,
like a life-changing moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that was like a whole moment. I had posters and all the albums, all the tapes. It was just like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Like,
they are really here.
Yeah, and then we went to the concert after, so it was.
Oh man, I wouldn't feel. I'll probably be able to go to
whole,
sleep a whole week after that.
That's probably how I was.
Just up, like.
That's probably how I was.
Wow.
Hey Keisha. Keisha said, "Hey ladies."
Hey
Hello, Keisha.
Good morning.
Now, also wanted to even dibble in that. So that being, it seems like one of your biggest moments. Is there like another crazy moment of ever like meeting a star where you're like, oh my gosh?
Well, yeah.
Really?
So, again, I might have been in the 8th grade, 9th grade, maybe around this time. So this was when Jukebox was out.
Mm-hmm.
And they was playing this H-Town video. And I'm like, dang, I recorded on a 30-minute VHS tape over and over and over and over. And so when my mom came home, I'm like, okay, so I got this group you need to get on the show. And she's like, first question was, what record label? And I was like, Loop Records. And she's like, now you know we can't have nobody from Loop Records. And I'm like, no, you just need to sit down and watch the video. And so she watched the video, and that gained them their first national appearance. So when they came to BT, they brought me a jacket, gave me a jacket, the jacket that they used to have with the red sleeves. It was a flat. So fast forward, one day, me and my friend, we at home, my house, and I don't know, I think I was in the shower or something. And so she came to me like, there's somebody on the phone, they say it's GI from H-Town. I'm like, can you just hang the phone up? Like, people play too much. Like, I don't got time for that. And she's like, no, for real, I think it's him. Get on the phone, and it's really him. I'm like,
get out of here.
How is that? Like, hey, like, what's going on? I didn't know what to say or what to take from it, but we still have a friendship to this day.
Wow,
yeah, that's amazing. And he just, I guess now, fast forward, I finally had a chance to go out with him as an adult a few years ago.
How was that?
Right.
How was that?
It was so funny because everybody he introduced me to, he was like, this Miss BT, she the one that got us.
Get out of here, yeah.
that. Like you know,
They probably will be forever grateful.
Introducing me like that. Like, Karita, can you just? He's like, no, that ain't it. I'm like, okay, well, do what you do. So it was funny.
Oh,
that was an amazing
time. I'd have been so cute. Like,
I had a couple moments through my life.
I see. Those are some great ones.
Yeah.
From Jodeci to Far. Girl, yes.
I had some
great
good
time.
ones. I had some good ones. I can't lie. I probably can give you a few more. I had some good ones. I was the only child, and so she had to keep me in her presence. I was always at work with her in the studio, sleep.
Okay.
So it was just, I was always there.
Wow.
So you grew up to just loving her craft and turned it into your own craft.
That's all. I didn't know what I wanted to do besides be in the music industry. And I didn't exactly hone in on what I wanted to do because there's so many different angles that you can take. So I thought, okay, yeah, I want to be an A&R for some huge record label. But then I was introduced to this thing called a music supervisor that I had no idea what it was. And I'm like, well, this is the next best thing because I can play a song in a movie and have everybody Shazamming your song and wondering who you are. I'm breaking an artist just like that. So it's cool.
How did you get into the actual supervising and?
Over when COVID first started, me and my friend Dave from Mini Large, we was doing this Music Mondays on Facebook. We probably did 3, maybe 4 episodes before Facebook cut us off. But I was introducing him to all these artists that I knew that he didn't know about and everybody else don't know about. And I think it's just great. And he started calling me the lady with the golden ear. That's how I got that name. And then Dennis Reed, who do all the movies around here, he came to me and asked me to do the soundtrack. And I was like, okay. Like, I think I can do that. Like, I can figure that out. And it's just been going crazy ever since.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's amazing.
I still ain't had a chance to take it all in for reals.
Now, how many projects have you like worked with, like movie placements?
I'm working on number 9. Six are released, and 3 are yet to be released.
Okay, that's what's up.
Oh wow. Now, how is it when it comes to like scoring the music for movies? Like, is it more difficult?
So the score is different than if there was the score is like it's not the actual vocal music that you hear. The score is the stuff that you hear in the background, maybe like the horns honking, or you might hear a song playing, but it's just instrumental or something like that. That's the score. Now you get like a producer or somebody that does that. I'll have somebody that I can allocate that to, but I don't produce the music. I wish I did. I'm not gonna say I can't do it, but I've never tried it.
You can. Right?
I've never tried it. I don't think I really want to do that. I don't know yet.
Okay.
But I just find the vocal songs, sometimes instrumentals too, but I find the vocal songs to place in the different scenes to make the scenes come more to life.
Now, how do you know, like, you know what, this would be a great song for this part, or
It's
let me
weird.
fix that.
I just got a whole catalog of music in my head just from over the years. And I don't know, or sometimes I can be sent a song, or I might just hear a song out the blue, and it's just depending on what's going on in the scene. I find it, honestly, sex scenes are easier because it's just a sex song, but it gotta be a good one. It gotta be a good one. Those are easier because you can find a lot of sex songs. But when it's a more detailed scene, when it's something really actually going on that you really want to hone in on and make it pop, that's when it gets a little more difficult to find a song for. But I've just been blessed to know songs or have great songs just sent to me that just fit so well.
Right. Have that go again.
Yeah. A lot of times I do solicit for music when I'm working on a project. I solicit for music a lot of times. to give people an opportunity because it's not just about who I know. That helps me learn about people too. So I'm always wanting to know. I don't want to sleep on no artist. I want to be like, oh, I knew about them way before. So I pride myself in that.
Seriously.
Who are some of the artists that you that you have done placements for?
You mean make
Like in the movies and you know.
so like somebody major, I did place a song by Kendrick, The Family Soul, in my very first movie that I did. A lady named Kanya Doss, she's pretty well known. Um, I know y'all know Akinole. He's gotten quite a few placements. Um, I do. I think I dig a lot in the Detroit scene, but again, I'm sent music from different people everywhere. People are artists from Chicago. Y'all know that one song. Get more money than you. I ain't about to sing it.
Sing it.
No, I'm not about to do that. Let me just, because it's a real popular song. I hear it a lot when I go to the clubs here. I was so geeked to get that song placed. But it's a dude from Chicago. I thought he was from Detroit. This whole time. I thought he was from Detroit, so when I figured out he was from Chicago, I was like, oh dang.
Hey Bree.
Like here, let's see if y'all know this song. Y'all gotta know it. Already y'all don't? It's I hear it so much.
I have heard
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was about to be like, dang.
Oh yeah, I have heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's and I didn't realize how old it was either. I'm like, this is I'm late, but I want to hear your song. So, quite a few people though. I think it's a lot of people that people probably don't know. That's what I want. That's my purpose is to.
What do you look
make
for?
People know.
What do you look for when you looking for like artists?
You mean to place in a movie?
Mm-hmm.
I really want somebody that's easy to work with.
There has to be like a passion of theirs, because I know a lot of people they waste people's time, and I don't got time.
Yeah,
for that, so.
And it's really good if you have your music business in order, which a lot of them don't.
Mm-mm.
And it's unfortunate because I will still place the song. And I will offer services to you to help you make sure you monetize your music. But if you don't take it, that's not up to me to make sure you get paid. And so if you don't have certain things in line, when you get this song placed, you're not gonna get paid. And I'm wondering what the purpose is. Like, do you want to get paid, or are you just doing it for some recognition?
Right.
So
it's from what I've seen or ran across, it's a lot of people that don't have their paper together.
Oh my
their paperwork
God,
together.
a lot of people. Like more people don't than more people that do. It's kind of frustrating from that aspect, but again, I'm still gonna place the song. So, but I do prefer you have your stuff together, so later on you don't come to me wondering why you haven't got no money. But again, I tell you up front, like it's certain things that you have to have in line. Now, I'm not gonna offer you that information for free, unfortunately. So it's a small fee to get that. You don't have to pay for the placement. That's not what you're paying for. And what I'm giving you is gonna help you monetize your entire catalog.
Mm-hmm.
So that's up to you to either do it or not.
Now, is it difficult? Is that process with getting music added on? Is it a difficult process, or because of them and the paper issues, of course? Or just all together?
All together. All together. It's just you really gotta chase people down. You don't have enough accumulates that I could just send you the paperwork and I'm gonna get everything back that I asked for. Right in the format that I asked you. it's very rare. Like I don't have to send 2 and 3 emails. It's just one email and I'm getting everything back. I have to chase people down for months, and it's just ridiculous. Like, and it's not even a major artist. We talking just independents. I gotta chase them down for months to get just the paperwork signed. And if I don't get the paperwork signed, I really can't place it for real. Because then you could want to later create an issue for the production company, and I'm not trying to make that type of name for myself.
That's what I would think. Like, wouldn't that cause like some type of delay or
Yeah, because
like
if you don't have the paperwork,
then
then and I placed to someone, you could say, well, you didn't get my permission to do it, and rightfully I didn't if I didn't get your signature on this paperwork. So, it's unfortunate, but it's been a lot of people I had to pass on because I just didn't get the paperwork, or they didn't have the split information. If it's more than one artist on the song, you got to know what percentage of the song is being allocated to each artist. And I guess maybe they don't have it all together, and everybody signs, and then one person hasn't signed, and it's just like, take it in. And I gotta find another song if I haven't already started thinking ahead.
Like on the plan B.
Yeah. So yeah, it is a whole process.
That's crazy.
It is.
But it's believable because
it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, it's so rewarding. I get frustrated a lot, but at the end of the day, it's just like, okay, I'll do it again and again and again and again. Just so what? I'll get through the frustrations.
I think when people be really passionate about stuff, that's where frustration come in. Because I be frustrated sometimes too, so I definitely feel that part.
It's just like, why do I gotta chase you down? Like, since October, I sent you the paperwork months ago.
Now, do you think it has anything to also do at times with being a woman in the industry? Like, does that play a part?
Right.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. I've never felt that. I just think it's people just BS a lot, or they have more important things on their plate. Unfortunately, especially.
Go ahead and say it.
So I guess it depends on the artist too. I'm not going to say any names, but if it's like an artist that is in the works of signing a deal or has signed a deal, they a lot of times expect or want money up front. And unfortunately, in the independent world,
that's not how
a lot of times it's just not there. The budget is just not there to allot the upfront payment. So I wonder, maybe that could be a part of it. I don't know, but I can't even say that either. I can't say that. I don't know. Just the professionalism. To me, that says a lot to the person's professionalism, is what I would have to say. Like, really, if you are going back and forth, and if I have to send you 100 emails before I get a response, it's like, oh my God, just tell me you don't want to do it.
Right.
And I won't email you anymore, or I won't text you anymore. But if I have a production company that really wants a song, the only thing I can do is continue to reach out until I get what I want.
You would think people would really want that extra push, or like, you know,
platform
publicity, like of their music out there for the masses. So that is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of ego within like this industry at times.
Sometimes I would say maybe that could be a part of it too.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I don't judge nobody though, because I'm on both sides, so I get it. Like, as the artist, you take time to go put this song together and this and that, and then somebody comes to you and say, I want to use it, but I don't have any money. I kind of, it's like, it's bad for me because I feel it from both ends. Like, I get it. Like, offer me something, $100, 2, 5, something.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get it. Most times it's their first time and they just don't have the budget for the film to do it like that. So
Okay.
I get it. It's just I don't know.
It's like a type of frustration, it seems. So,
Yeah.
jeez.
But at the end of the day, I love it.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I love it. And again, I didn't even know what a music supervisor was. So once I jumped off the porch, I knew I had to learn what it was. And I talked to this one guy who does music supervision for Netflix, and he told me early on, it's like if you don't like doing a lot of paperwork and all that kind of stuff and the legals to it, then this isn't for you. And I didn't exactly know because I had did my first movie and it was still I was blindsided still. I don't think that everything hadn't been done right in that first movie because I didn't know what I was doing.
It's always a stepping stone, and I'm learning.
Yeah,
It's a process.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like, have you ever did like anything like with Netflix?
no, I wish not yet.
Yeah, that's where
I'm
in
working
my
on
heart
it.
and my whole soul, I want my series to be on Netflix.
Just
when
make
I'm
sure I'm the
finished with
music
it.
supervisor.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
If somebody else is, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna boycott.
No.
And
no,
I'm
no.
a red, and I'm a flag every single episode. Like this, can you take it down? What you gonna
Take
say?
my job.
No, bro. I'm the music supervisor. You are the artist. Stay in your lane and let me ride mine.
I was the music supervisor.
No, man. No. You cannot take my job. No.
I'm doing the score, so I'm good.
Okay, that's it. That's fine.
And he's also a part of the series. So
Right, so don't be trying to hog everything. You gotta have a subject matter expert. And I am
Share your
that.
eggs. That's what you said.
Sheesh.
My bag, bro.
No, stay over there with your drink. You remain quiet because I don't even know you.
Now, what are one of your like greatest accomplishments so far while being within this
I
industry?
don't got time for them right now. I just need to send a quick reminder.
Oh,
Let me reintroduce myself. Here you go. You are not. I am.
Hey, don't boss up on me.
okay.
You are not.
A
I
lady
am.
with the golden ear, period.
Hey.
I like that.
Okay.
I love it. Yes.
I like this a lot.
No,
I honestly would have to say, I right now today I can't pinpoint one thing because everything is just everything, all of it. Because this is all I ever wanted to do was be in the music industry, and honestly, I had gave up on it.
Yeah.
really?
I just was like, oh yeah, it's not gonna happen. And I started studying real estate. And in the midst of me taking my second class is when all of this stuff dropped on my lap, and I just never even had a chance to pick up the laptop for real estate since I started this stuff. So I felt like it was God taking me back full circle. Like, no, I'm gonna give you what you want. And
Yeah.
so I read all the movies, working with different artists, the magazine, all of it is. Every time I do something, it's an accomplishment for me. It feels just so great because it's still so surreal. Everything is happening so fast. I haven't really had a chance to sit down and take in that this is really what's happening. So,
Now, you mentioned working on a magazine. So that means the Beauty Machine magazine.
Beautiful Machine magazine.
Oh, excuse me. Beautiful Machine, please forgive me. Now, what got you into dabbling on that side of
It's the
things?
same thing. Okay, so first it was the Music Mondays. I can't remember the order, but I think the magazine asked me to write. He asked me to do a playlist for the magazine. I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. And then that turned into, will you do another one? And then will you do another one? And then will you be my associate music editor? I was like, heck yeah. So,
Yes.
so it was like a domino effect. The Music Mondays opened up like 3 different doors for me all at once.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was music supervision, then the magazine, and then A&R and music management, artist management for the label, all back to back. And then the music video placement service came after everything. So you're right, I have my hands into a lot.
Yes.
So that's it all just.
See, I'm definitely gonna have to link with you because I stopped, like you said, how you jumped out of that and said you were done. That's how I did with my series because it was like how you said, finding people pulling teeth, like all and everything that you mentioned is what was going on with my series. So it was like I had to push the brakes on it because it was like I be too passionate about my projects. And it irritates my soul when people just play games instead of, like you said, if you don't want to do something, say no. And then now some people have been in like films and movies and all type of stuff. So now they looking at me like, I ain't doing that series. Like, and it's crazy, girl, it's crazy.
I understand.
I know what you mean. You gotta keep pushing, regardless of the
that's why
situation.
I'm literally, that's why I talked to Big Goodwin. I don't know if you've seen that episode when he was on here, we were talking about it. But he said he gonna link up with me and we gonna get it back pushing, popping, and all that.
Yeah.
I know I had to recast, but
I got some ideas.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because I have like literally when I tell you
premieres and stuff.
When I tell you that I have so much of it already written, but I just want to put we like me and one of my the girl I met her in school or whatever. I was in class with Mildred Gaddis. Yeah, so that was my teacher for the the TV and radio. So she took me to the radio station and I recorded my my stuff, my commercial for it and all that. But she was like, you know what, she told me, she pulled me to the side, I was like, you have something. Like, and I can't wait till it come out. So like it was just people like that have like large platforms just telling me that to go ahead and do it. Don't stop. But I didn't listen to her. I stopped. But I'm literally about to just start back up full string. Like this that was my baby and I just been holding on to it. But I have like a lot of like different episodes that's already done. Just want to put them like in the right order and the right format, and it probably the whole first season is already done. Maybe summer too.
Wow.
Depending on how long we stretch them out. 45 minutes hour.
You do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it. So.
Yeah. That's why when you were speaking, I was looking at you and my eyes was over here like that's exactly what I went through. Like, so I know, trust me, I know.
Keep pushing, don't let people stop you.
Yeah.
You gotta keep pushing.
I definitely did. It was my kids that did it for me though. I was working at JLB as the midday show producer, actually interning. I did that for probably 9 months. And I had a kid and I got a paying job offer and I'm like, it's like I'm paying $50 a week to come down here for parking and there's no incentives. I mean, I really love it, but I got a whole kid now. Mm-hmm. I kind of left and never would look back since then. But I think I'm kind of glad, actually. I think everything is in divine order for sure.
Yes.
Because if I had tried to do this,
yes.
my kids definitely would have suffered. I would have been just doing too much and not really being a mom. And I wanted to be a mom more. My mom, she was always gone in and out of town and this and that. And I just was like, I'd rather just hold on. I mean, and obviously it was meant to be. So
that's how I'm looking at it too. Because it's like, that halt was for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
It was definitely to reorganize the people that was around me. So those people was in the series.
Too.
Yeah. So I look at it now like it was meant to happen. So pause. And now I'm ready.
Yep. For sure.
Now I might have a less stressful job because I ended up taking on like a store. I had the T-Mobile store. I was a retail store manager there. So I had all responsibilities on my shoulders and I literally had to work some days 6 and 7 days because of the staffing. So it was like I didn't have time to start, doing like me and my the girl who I was having that assist me with the writing part. She was like literally going through stuff with her family, but the moment we was supposed to go and do like the writing party and all that stuff, literally, that's when T-Mobile just was on my shoulder so strong. So now I have another job, less hours, more freedom. So I'm ready now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said,
timing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually very happy that it happened the way it happened.
Me too. Now. So. But then I wasn't.
Now to kind of, because I just want to know a little bit more about the magazine. So can you give me just like a little bit of a background behind what exactly like the Beautiful magazine, like the Beautiful Machine magazine really is all about, what it provides? Just a metaphor backing, or maybe at least like your portion when it comes to the playlist. Like, what is it that you look for within that playlist at that time?
So typically, I try to build my playlist around the theme of the magazine for the month.
Okay.
So, what they do is they spotlight a lot of locals that are doing stuff in the community that we might not know about. They have a lot of silly stories in there. Well, actually, it's stuff that actually has a good point to it. But when I look at the title, it's like, what?
But it grabs you to want to read, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, they do a lot of parties. They sponsor a lot of parties and stuff like that. More upscale type parties. So I consider Beautiful Machine like a more upscale type magazine. It's not like it's not urbanized. It's not where I do a lot of interviews too, right? I wouldn't interview like a rap artist for that. To me, it just doesn't fit the platform.
Okay.
It's
what kind of genre more so, like
R&B or jazz or something like that is what I'm more so go for. That's just the feel that I get from the people that I work with in the magazine. They're not older, but they're more mature. So that's just the feel that I get when I'm around them. In the magazine, when I do look at it, I don't think rap. I think jazz or R&B.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Now, how do you feel in regards to like the state of R&B as a whole? Like, how do you think it's going?
Unfortunately, I adapt to it. So I can't say that I hate it. I mean, I like it. I do like it. I wish that we could get back to real R&B. Back to like the Jodeci or the Joe from like where it's like the content is like, oh my God, did you hear what they just said? Like, but I guess that's the new generation. So,
and I love that old generation R&B.
I do too.
I love it.
Like I like the new.
I like a lot of songs.
I like a lot of. I cannot say that.
Yeah, I like the new ones too.
I do. So
well, yeah.
It would be nice though to have a mixture. I don't think we have a good mixing bowl.
Yeah.
Of enough of the old school versus the new. It seems like the new school is kind of like shoot. Even the old guys now, when you hear them sing, they saying like, "Hey, are we making love or are we?" Hey, you know.
Tiffany said, "Hey, ladies." Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
And April said, "Hey, ladies," and hey, Ariel Nicole.
Hey, April. Yeah, but I like it. I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, everything is changing. Everything changes. So if it were to stay the same, I think it would be a little boring. I think it's okay for it to change. Eventually, I think it'll get back.
Now, what's the best decade for you, though, for R&B?
Oh, I would have to say the 80s, 90s. Okay. I don't know, maybe because
I don't know, because the 2000s came kind of strong.
But see, yeah,
But the 90s is like,
see, them 2000s, I'm not a Millennium Tour type girl.
okay.
I don't know nothing about none of them, unfortunately. Lloyd, I was a Lloyd fan, but I don't know, like, the B2K. I don't know none of their songs. So, I don't know what I was doing.
Do I know any of their songs?
I know what I was doing. I wasn't honing in on that. I was listening to some other music. I don't know what I was listening to, but it wasn't that.
Rena B said, "Hey, ladies. Hey.
Hello, everyone."
I have to say the 80s and 90s for me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because that's where I was. So.
Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like can't nobody, like, no decade can top the 90s in regards to R&B personally. I feel like it was just so many different sounds that really intertwined and made that decade truly an unforgettable decade.
Yeah.
You know, like, and if you don't know, you definitely have to do research on that.
That's my favorite station at work, 90s R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please turn off this steel metal rock and put on some 90s R&B that station. And everybody just be like singing every song that comes on.
So many.
Like it's not even different, like race or whoever, just sitting there singing our songs.
Yeah.
So that's how you know the 90s was popping for sure.
Yeah.
They was popping.
Plus, I feel like it was more of a dominant type of sound during that time. Because when I think of 2000s R&B, I really think of neo soul. You know, like I never looked, even though I am a B2K fan, I was definitely a Millennium Tour girl, but I never looked at that as like, oh, this is R&B, like this is today's time. Like, oh yeah, forget the Jodeci back in the day, because I could never say that. I could never in a million years say that.
Ever.
However, but I do think about like neo soul, and even though like people like even D'Angelo, he may not like to be seen as maybe put in this category, but it's still something he was formatted into. Like that Untitled, like that whole Voodoo album was amazing. For me to be like younger at that time, like you know, that was great. Or like even down to like Anthony Hamilton or Dave Hollister when he decided to do his own thing. Like the 2000s had a pretty good stronghold on R&B too. Yeah. It was just a different genre that I felt like they didn't get the credit they deserved. Yeah. In comparison to like a Jodeci or
Agreed.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that.
Because they had some heavy hitters and they had some heavy shoes to fill. They had a lot of.
They did.
Yes. And then it's like, bless his heart, you know, R. Kelly, you know, he still was a stronghold in that.
When did Jagged Edge come? 90s? 2000s?
It was at the tail end of the 90s. Mm-hmm. Literally tail end, like maybe 98, 99. But I think they really took off.
In 2000s.
Like the beginning of 2000s, yeah.
They would have been the ones for me in that time. That's what I was listening to.
Yeah.
Look, I love them too.
Oh my goodness.
Heavy. And Jesse
Powell.
Oh yes. See, we just went to that concert.
Really? You're like,
Drew
oh,
Hill. I'm a Drew Hill fan, everything. I love Drew Hill.
So wait a minute. I don't know what this is. I don't know what year this was. Do y'all remember this guy named Frankie? He had a song called "If I Had You."
Hold on, that sounds familiar.
Do you know?
Not Frankie J.
Wait a minute.
Where is Frankie?
That sounds familiar to me.
The name sounds
Yeah, the name sounds very
familiar. You, honey, this entire CD. Whew. I was out of town with my mom. I think I don't know what grade I was in, but we had went to Ohio to visit some family for that whole weekend. That's all I listened to.
You gotta think though, what year was Case and Next? And they was like late 90s, early 2000s.
At that tail end of the 90s.
So 2000s definitely had.
They had their stronghold.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe that tail end of those 90s might not have been as dominant
playlist.
They had a few though.
They played this on the
Yeah,
what did it used to
beginning
be
was-
called? The Quiet Storm.
Oh, I love the
They
Quiet
used to
Storm.
play it all the time.
I love the Quiet Storm.
I just want this to be on streaming and not on YouTube, so I can just.
I can't stand when stuff is on YouTube and I can't just really listen to it in my.
Please, anybody.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You know, this was a great song. His entire project.
Oh yeah, I know what this is,
His entire.
but I didn't
project.
listen to his whole album.
Because this
it
was the
just
only
that
song.
This only song.
This was the only song. But my
I'm
mom
like,
used to
I
get.
don't think
She right now has a cellar full of CDs, so she used to get them all, and I just used to listen to them.
I can only
And this one here,
What year was Player? What year did Player come out? And like Nicole Ray.
that was in the 2000s.
2000,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
You
Because
reminded me
Nicole Ray
now.
came
Yeah.
out
I
around-
forget about some of these
Tweet.
people.
They were
A
all
lot of
under
people
Missy.
are.
You can't leave out Tweet.
A lot of people
Oh,
is very underrated. Like a lot of people don't.
Because you gotta think though.
loved her.
In the 2000s, it was certain people that just had like Genuine was. Even though we had Aaliyah and Player, Genuine was that guy.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
So
was.
it was like, even though people had their
So many
places,
good
it was
songs.
just certain people that just had those
Shy.
names who shine. Like,
And what
But
about?
that's
Did
names
y'all
that I
know?
used to do, too.
Okay, but R. Kelly and the public announcement. Did y'all know the public announcement broke off and came and had their own stuff?
yeah, they just did a tour.
Oh,
Right, so
This
good ones.
Hold on, y'all. So what we're doing is we're having an interview with,
Carita.
and we're just going into like her musical background. We were talking about her doing music placements into movies. Her writing for I have a playlist for Beautiful
Machine
Magazine, as well as A&R, which we haven't gotten into, so you didn't miss that part. But just really her background of her mother, and some of the people she's met was Jodeci, H-Town, and some more people, and a bunch of more people, but just doing her background. So we are now just talking about like 90s and 2000s R&B. So that was just Brittany want to know, what did she miss? Her name is
Carita, the lady with the golden ear.
Yes, that's Carita, the lady with the golden ear. And she's a music supervisor. She writes for a magazine. She's an A&R. So yeah.
All of that stuff.
Anything.
Yeah, she is a writer for a magazine.
Yes. So I do I might do a review of an album or a concert review or a playlist. If it gets too close, I'm here to say playlist 2 seconds. I could do that. But I'm always doing songs and I never repeat an artist on my playlist. So I make sure
Oh, I can only imagine.
I'm going back and I'm always putting people that I find, like new artists that I find. So I find 100 of them.
So are you putting like local artists or
Some local.
okay?
Some local. Most of them, I'm not gonna say that they're nationally known. They're just up and coming artists.
Okay.
That I just find. Shoot, some of them might have 5,000 followers. I'm like, or some of them might have 100,000. I'm like, I'm late. The heck? I got all these followers, and I'm just now finding out.
Yeah.
So
That is like.
I just try to do artists that I think people don't know about, that I don't hear everybody always talking about.
Yeah.
And it's a whole lot of them. I could give you 100 of them right away.
What are some of the films that you worked on? Music placement with Dennis Reed.
So the last movie I did with Dennis was Who You With. That just released. The soundtrack hopefully will be out soon. Just waiting for the distributor to confirm everything. Before that, it was Faithful is not out yet. It was First Lady 3. He Said, She Said.
So
her.
Paper Heart.
Oh, I love Paper Heart. Oh my God.
I think those were the Dennis movies.
I love Paper Heart.
Hold on, I'll even look that
I
up.
really love Paper Heart.
I can't remember everything. My brain is scrambled with a lot of stuff.
So I heard the he said, she said.
That was the first one.
Yeah, I heard that soundtrack, and then I heard a few off of the Paper Heart. Of course, Akinley, the ones he had, but I didn't get a chance to listen to the whole thing yet. I know.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna send you the links.
Yeah, because I was so busy at that time. I just ain't had. But now, like I said, my time is freed up. So yeah, send them to me so I can hear them. Because I heard he said, she said, but you can send it to me again. And I heard just like like you said, those sex parts, like that music and those parts.
Because he is like the king of it. You hear me? Like he is always a song that I know I can go to. Like,
well, he has like over 50 new songs already before the year is even out for next year. Like, who does that? Like, sit there and do over 50
and
songs.
I'm a
King does that. That's who.
At first, I was like, I can't keep going there every time. Like, it's so many different people. Like, I gotta give somebody else an opportunity. Like, dang. But
ready.
It's like,
if his work ethics is very good.
And
like,
he's so easy to work with.
Yeah.
He is so easy. It just makes it so great. Like, I don't even have to worry. Like, if I want a song, I know I'm gonna get this one. We ain't gonna put them to the side. I know I got that one. That's a fact. So we ain't gotta worry about it. If it's a song from him, I don't even have to worry about it. Paperwork, everything. It's just like on point. I just love it. And the song be so on point.
That's why I said, like,
it's like
when he be sending them to me when they done,
whenever I need a song for a sec. I mean, I'm not saying that's the only scene, but I'm just saying, like, I know for a fact, like, this is my go-to guy for that. So,
yeah, because he got plenty of whole category.
And I don't have to do no repeats. I ain't doing no repeats. No repeats.
That's real.
All new stuff.
Songs already.
And I really do. I do try to. Let me just. I'm gonna say this, okay? I try to just make sure I'm not using the same artist every single time. To me, that gets boring. And it's just so much talent out there. I don't think it's fair if I just use the same artist every single time. And I'm going to just leave it at that.
You get people
when we not recording, I'm going to say what I want to say.
Do you have people angry with you for not using them in every single film? Or like, do you feel like they just should be on everyone?
I've never really gotten that vibe from anybody. It's people get pushy when they send me music. Like, did you listen to it? Are you gonna listen? It's like it's a process. I may not find a placement for the song that you send. It might be 5 movies down the road. It may not be the movie that I'm actually working on that I find placement. So it's like, oh my God, just be patient. Like, it's a process. If I could place it right away, I would. But it's just not always like that. So you said you were gonna. I'm like, eventually I am. I have a plan to. As soon as I find a place for it, I am going to.
Yeah. I've been trying to, like, I don't know. I've been trying to get my music game up, so I know I gotta listen to some more stuff.
It's a lot. I'm like, don't just listen to the stuff they feed you. You really have to go fishing. Because there's a lot of stuff out there. There's so many.
I'm always lucky to run into people like, I've always been lucky to run into people that just is in the field that I wanted to or try to be in. Like, I always wanted to be in the industry, but it was like, like my series. So acting and trying to do the series and trying to, do the production and all that stuff. And it's hard, like, trying to find people that's just gonna really rock with you.
Yeah. My homegirl was just saying the same thing. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
She put together this. It's like a ton. She does actually event. She curates events. So she's doing this like a tiny desk series based out of Detroit though. And yesterday was her first one. It was pretty dope. And she was saying the exact same thing. Like people say they rock with you and this and that, but when it's time,
And you know,
Sometimes
that's
it's the strangers more so, especially when it comes to those type of situations.
exactly.
And that word of mouth growth, where it's like, dang, I heard about this on X, Y, and Z, and this is why.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's like, yeah, it's only so far people that like that you know will like do that support and push.
That's
It's
why you
really
really
like
don't-
how you can push
That's
it
why
out
you
there.
don't come on them.
Mhm.
It's not them that's really gonna support you.
No.
Yeah.
It's the
You
all
gotta count
it's the
yourself.
strangers.
That's how I look at it. Like you gotta count yourself and put
Yeah.
yourself out there.
Yeah.
And then the more you put yourself out there and you evolve and you let that be known, it's the others
Yeah.
on that outside that don't even know that will come in
Exactly.
over time that will really like
Exactly.
be there. Not saying that there aren't, you know, like those certain support groups and people within like your stronghold that'll be there.
There
support,
are,
but
but
it's only a certain limit. It's like maybe it's somebody that they may have known, that have known, that have known.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
it's really more so of that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really like that dedication and persistence, regardless.
The
Exactly.
sad thing about it is, when I had first came up with the idea, I said I want to do it. I always wanted to do it, and when I first started, I'm like, I was just looking at all of like the local singers that's around us, like that was around us at the time, and I'm like, so I started reaching out and talking to different artists that's here from Detroit, artists that's upcoming artists, all that. I started reaching out, talking to them, and my whole thing I kept saying the whole time is, this is a platform for you to introduce yourself to the world, introduce your music, and me introduce my project. And it was all just for the platform. And so it was like I was caring about people's career more than them, obviously, because they wasn't taking that stuff serious. Like certain people still probably right now I can call and say, hey, you still gonna do it? Hey, yeah, I've been waiting on you. Like I have that type of people that's just like sitting behind, like Chris Leonard, he one of the cast members, and I know I ain't gonna lose him, so
Right.
he's still a cast. Like it's just so many people that I had that now I have to like recast. But a lot of people just I know, of course, all I gotta do is call them and they'll say they'll come. But it's so hard.
Yeah, it is. It's a process. You gotta trust it.
Yes.
You gotta trust the process.
That's what I'm gonna do, because like I said, I always meet people at the right time. Like sitting there talking about the series, and then Gov was like, "Oh, I can do X, Y, and Z," or I can. It was just like being at the right time, being around the right person at the right time, I should say. And like now we sitting here talking about it, so it's like I just find the right people to link up with, and I know I just get it off the ground.
Yeah, we definitely can. We got some stuff. I got some ideas that's popping up already.
Yes.
I need you to. I'm gonna have to have you to read what I got, and
Like, do you go on set to stuff, or would you like?
I would love to. I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to be on set. I just love the whole industry. Like I always wanted to do that, and I know so many people that
7 days.
I love to do stuff.
I got it for you. I got an opportunity for you. There ain't even no question is about if you gonna be there.
You just tell me, because I'm the type like I ain't gonna be to work this day.
It's on the it's on the 28th. It's a movie premiere. I can get you the access. No problem.
Oh, I'll come. I sure will.
Sure can. Since I don't for the magazine, I'm so camera shy. I'm trying to break myself of all of that. So when it comes to interviewing people face to face, I just send the questions.
This is just like how it is with us in the podcast. Like we was like, well, not me, because I was like go mode. I didn't care, but it was like they wanted to be like, let's sit back and let's. I was like, no, we gotta. This wave is right here. Let's ride it.
I don't like it.
And we did it. And guess what? She liked her stuff on there. I liked myself on there. It was like a few things that we seen that we probably was like, we can do this better. But for the most part, we just been going full speed since.
I had a taste of that camera stuff early, so I'm like, no, because people be see. Weren't you the girl? Dang. So yeah, my mom let me know early that I didn't want. Let me stay behind the scenes, please, because I don't like all that attention.
And I know people that's in like in a like Delicious. That's my cousin, my blood cousin. We got like my grandmother and her grandmother was sisters, but her grandmother, which was my aunt, just passed. So I do have people that's like, but I never been the type that want to like reach out or ride that coattail. I never been that type. Like that's my blood cousin. And I don't ride her coattail.
Same here with my mom. Like when I first started, she's like, you can tell them, that you're my daughter. I'm like, my name is the lady with the golden hair. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that, but I'm not trying to. I want people to know me for the fact that I'm passionate about what I do and about my work ethic. Not that I'm out here and that I can just use your name to get into places or to make stuff happen. I don't want that.
Like I know Carlos King too, so I just seen him when he was here in Michigan. I told him that I had the podcast, and he was like, "I'm so proud of you, congratulations!" But I'm proud of him,
right?
Because I've been knowing Carlos since I was a little girl, so I literally love him. But I'm not gonna ride his coattail either. Now, if we was to, have a conversation, like I have his number. If I want to, I can really just call him and ask him for advice. Right. But I don't like writing. Like if I get there, I get there. If I see him in Hollywood or Atlanta or wherever he be at, I'm gonna see him.
But sometimes, like people tell me, look here, I am telling you, and I still don't even take the advice. This industry is a who you know.
It's definitely
I know a lot of
people in the industry.
Or how you can
I know a lot of people and so do accumulate. So it's like
sometimes you have to use those
connections. But
I don't and put yourself out there.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that.
Because I want to call
you should
Ms. Gaddis and hit her up and you should just have a meeting with her because I still got her phone number. Miss Boykins, I don't know if you know her. She was on Channel 4 News for like 30 years. One of them two. She was on the news. That was my teacher for my podcast because I did a podcast class. So she was my teacher for that. And she also was my television teacher. So, because I'm in school right now for digital media production.
Okay.
I had took a break from it because I was doing digital media production plus going to DeVry for cybersecurity. So I was doing both at the same time. Like, who in the world told me to do that? And working at T-Mobile full time.
Oh yeah, you was doing too much.
Doing way too much. So I had to literally cut back from digital media production and focus on my cybersecurity. And then I just was like, let me put a halt to all of it until I get myself together because I was running myself like. So now I'm back enrolled for the digital media production. So I started that this fall or whatever. But my main purpose for even going and doing that was because I felt like everybody was bullcrapping me with the writing and all that stuff, like with the scripts and stuff. So I went and took a script class.
It's
like that's the only thing.
Going and taking a class and educating yourself on something.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like, if you're gonna do something, it is always good to know all roles. Mm-hmm. Even if you're not gonna do it, it's definitely good to know.
To still know it, or at least put yourself in like that predicament of somebody that you know that you're gonna have to use for this type of situation at some point. Like, no, I'm not a director, but I still want to know what all the director goes through when it comes to certain cases, so you can at least understand when it comes to the full formation of what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
So
I haven't had the guts like I have like. What's the name? Jones, B Jones or somebody. The guy who do the production, I think, or the movies here. What's his name? Oh my god, I can't think. But I had his name.
Beasley.
Yes, Beasley.
Beasley.
Him. I'm friends with him or whatever, and I wanted to reach out to him so bad. Like I literally inboxed him one day, like, hey, and then I got so scared, I just backed out. Like. I literally
you hold your own self back. How we do?
Mm-hmm. And then I had reached out to Dennis before too, and he was like, basically, he'll talk to me or whatever. But I didn't do it. I don't know.
Stop holding yourself
Stop
back.
back.
That's what that's
Stop
exactly what I've
holding
been doing because
yourself
I've been
back.
so nervous of how everybody been playing me, like, so I was like afraid.
Can't be worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
You gotta do what's best for you. Like
That's the
can't
tip
be
I'm
worried
on
about
now
everybody else.
because like
You
now
worry about
I
everybody else, it'll never
want to ask
happen.
people.
Right.
Now I
feel
want to
like
ask
that,
them.
like not saying it for you per se, but it's one thing I've realized I used to use that as some type of excuse.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you gotta
Me
just
too.
push yourself forward.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna do it or you're not.
I used
So
to
it's
do that
like,
too.
like, oh well, such and such, I don't think I have this ready, or I don't think I can do that yet, or I don't think financially like I can place this in certain placements. Like, okay, well, you're gonna sit here and continue to find excuses and you find different ways and means to get other things accomplished. So when are you gonna make this a priority to get this set and accomplished?
I think mine was more so fear. It wasn't so
but
much.
But that's still a way to hide the
exactly.
fear.
It was
An
fear.
excuse is
a
way to hide an actual fear when it comes to like jumping out the box
Absolutely.
and doing something that you're passionate about.
That's why I said
That's
like now
with
if any type of avenues open up for me in any of the fields that I want to be in, I'm taking them.
You better.
Like if anybody even say anything to me about anything about, oh, I can help you with this or I can do this or I'm doing it because I used to then do it. I never did it. So now I'm like on a whole different, like my brain is on something different. So now like if somebody offered help, I'm not going to use that pride thing. I'm going because I'm very independent. That's the problem that I've been having. So, sir, it's a lot of things that, I know that I'm going to need help with. So that's why I'm just going to stop.
Yeah, you can't be a one-man band.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to you in this A&R, because I know you said you had dabbled into that, just to kind of like, I want to see what that's about. That seems like a very fun and interesting yet frustrating at times position to carry. So how does that? So like, how does that work out for you?
It's great when you have great artists. It's not so great when your artists lack, but I still love it. At the end, I mean, it's all music, so anything that I do with music, I'm gonna love it. But so far, it's been good because my artist is amazing.
Who are you doing an A&R for?
Oh. I mean, I'm not, listen. See, then they gonna think that I've been biased this whole time.
Oh.
but
that's not we are everybody. If anybody listens to the music, they know that you haven't been biased.
Y'all, it's not the fact that I do A&R for Kenya. It's not the reason that he's gotten the placement. Okay, I promise you that's not the reason. But it's Kenya and Carmen and Kasia and
Ty.
What's her? Okay, no, Rita, don't do that.
Quay.
Gosh, yeah, it's so sad.
It's so sad.
My brain is clouded with a million things. School, I'm going to school. I got a lot going on. So, but yeah, those are my artists, and again, it makes it easier when you have good artists when they on top of their game. So, I really don't have a lot to do.
So are you like looking for more artists?
I am.
So how would they be able to find you or drop that music to you? Or
I have a website, theladywiththegoldenear.com, or my Facebook is The Lady with the Golden Ear, or Carita M. Miller, or my Instagram is Carita Montez Miller. But my website has all my links, and my Instagram, Carita Montez Miller, has my links and my link with all my links in my bio.
So can you tell them like what you're looking for as far as artists? Somebody
who has a crazy work ethic. I want you to be overly obsessed with what you do. Unfortunately, because I am. I need an artist to motivate me. And what motivates me is somebody who has a good work ethic. You may not even be the most talented person, but if you have that Work ethic, that puts me in a different zone. And of course the talent. Yeah, if you're talented, it tops it off. Um, I just like good singers and really good rappers. Not just I need a really good rapper. Like I get hard on the rap. I need like
Somebody with substance.
a race to
Somebody
5'9".
Yeah.
Somebody to make me be like, what? And it's not too many of them. I've come across a few, but it's that I like the lyrical rappers. I like the ones that make me think when they say something. Be like, what? I gotta go back and rewind it. What he saying? Like, let me try to figure out the metaphors. I like all that kind of stuff.
What about the singers? What do you look for within?
The same with the work ethic. I don't always expect that a person is going to know the business, so I'm willing to teach you the business part of it. But the work ethic has to be there. That's like the main thing. The work ethic has to be there. Somebody who's not afraid to take direction. As far as the singing, I just need a really good singer. I don't know how to. I don't even know how to. I can't say like I want a Kiki Wyatt. I would love to have that.
Ooh, I would love to have that too.
Okay.
But I gotta be realistic. I mean, not saying that it's not a Kiki Wyatt out here now, because it is. It is. I know her, but she just is not ready. You gotta be ready. I need somebody to just motivate me, basically, at the end of the day.
Because they not only they just helping they're helping themselves out when they, push their music, or, it only take like 5 minutes to share music to her links or whatever the case is. But my advice will be like, don't come if you're not ready. I'm sure that's your advice.
Because I don't have time for it. I wasted enough time. Listen, I'm 44. I'm going to tell y'all. I wasted enough time doing the stuff that I guess I just had to get all the bull crap out the way.
Yeah.
Finally, God saw me fit. And so now that he's pushed it to me, it's no way that I'm going to waste time at this point. Like, everything I do during the day, during the night, I don't sleep half the time because I'm trying to figure stuff out or figure out a way to network with somebody or a different connect to do something. I need somebody that's going to motivate me to want to do something crazy. I got to figure it out. And so I want you to motivate me to figure it out. So, and it's, I don't know, people just, a lot of times they don't seem to have the drive, right? They'll drop a single and never promote it. And you expect them for me to do it.
And that's crazy. Because you know what? I find that
behind you. When I see you post it, then I repost it.
I find that very strange for people to be on Facebook all day and not promote their own stuff. Like, wasting time, basically, because you on Facebook all day, you not promoting.
And I could keep telling you over and over. It's different things to do. And if I see you not doing it, unfortunately, I lose interest. And once I lose interest, it's over. It's dead. I don't know what I even need to do. I don't know what needs to happen to even gain it back. But there's been those moments where I've tried to gain my interest back, and it's just like, we already wasted time.
I mean, how can you care? I mean, when it comes to something like music and like them putting themselves out to that type of level, it's like you have to have some type of love or like push or drive to want to continue to push it.
Yeah.
Even once you hit like a certain level, I feel like even when it's like on a national standpoint, like you should always want to push what you're doing. Like you are really pushing things out to the masses when it comes to like a gift on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like you can't just care. Like you have to also put forth some type of like effort or formation towards it too.
Exactly.
I think it's such a gift to even be able to sing. Like, to be honest, I mean, it really is.
I'm mad.
I'll be singing right now. You won't be able to tell me nothing.
Me too. I'll be on the side of you, your back up.
Oh my God! Like, let me see.
I
And
still
we
sing.
we all know Ari. Listen, we
Yeah.
all know Ari will love to us. Because anytime we do anything karaoke, she have that microphone the whole time.
It was meant to be honest. I just
Like she jumped in that booth so fast.
I should have really pushed to go into some type of A&R or something in life because I've always idolized Andre Harrell and Diddy and them. Oh my goodness, yes. And like how they were the ones. But in my heart and soul, I just felt like I was also supposed to be a singer. It just didn't work out that way.
Well, she is on our intro of What You Not Gonna Do. That's her.
It's nice.
That's her singing.
Let me find out.
I can hear you a little tone.
Oh,
if you can
go ahead and do it.
Right.
Listen, go ahead and show her your Usher challenge. Come on, just one time. Come on, just one time.
Bless your heart.
Everybody know that you are not just the R&B queen, but go ahead and hit that little run.
Bless your heart. Y'all know. If you don't know Usher Superstar, please go and listen to it somewhere.
But not today.
We're going to hear it right now.
Unfortunately, I'm not Usher Raymond. I am only Ariel Fletcher, and I do not hit those notes. Unless
I have videos of her hitting that notes.
I'm not doing it today.
That's so funny.
I don't hit those notes. She didn't stop hitting those notes.
That is so funny.
Yeah,
she's not ready.
I wish I could. I wish I could.
She's not ready.
No.
On to the next one.
No. Wasn't meant to be. I'll help you promote. I'll be a manager. I'll be a great consultant. But
that's what they need out here.
No,
But first you gotta have
seriously.
something to manage. So.
Yeah.
That is crazy how the R&B and the music, the whole music world work.
It
It's
is.
crazy.
It is. It's especially now. It seems it's just so different. And that was another reason I thought I gave up. It's like the music business is so different now. I just forget it.
They fight so hard to get in the music business, and then they get in there and they be so stressed out.
Yeah.
Like they fight hard to get in there and just be stressed.
They have to know the business.
Mm-hmm. Some of them go in there blind.
A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so unfortunate. It's really frustrating. But
I feel like Detroit artists is just not like they not supporting each other, so a lot of people is not accelerating in the whole world because they don't have a lot of people backing them.
I see it through the rap industry. It seems like, well, maybe I see people supporting each other a little bit more now.
I feel like more because Detroit rap is becoming a more mainstream sound.
Finally,
Mhm.
Finally. In comparison to like it being the typical New York or LA sound. You know, like other areas are starting to really get that sound. Miami and Florida, they've had the sound for a minute and they're in and out. You know, the South will always have their placement now.
yeah.
But it's like for some place like Detroit, you know, I feel like they're finally getting that stamp. And I think they are more so looking to maybe support each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it used to be like, I don't mess with him.
Yeah.
I rap better than him.
But you know what? I still hear people
like,
saying stuff like that to this day.
I mean,
And
it's always
it's
gonna
crazy.
be. It's always gonna be.
It's
that.
crazy.
It is.
That's the unfortunate
Everybody not
reality.
gonna ride the same boat, unfortunately.
No.
And they don't have a reason not to write it. It's just because of who that person is. Like they
Sometimes people also gotta realize, just humble yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so many, like even with you rocking, like going down your own lane, it's nothing wrong with humbling yourself and still being supportive of others and being, oh yeah, they're from my town or they're from this, and yeah, I rock with them. You know, they got their own thing, I got my own thing. Like
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be such of a like tough guy type of look. And I think Detroit people personally get such a bad rep on that, where it's like you can't show love. Oh, I'm from Detroit. Like I ain't gotta show love. Like I gotta show that I'm tough hearted, or you know, like I'm this and I'm that.
Yeah.
They have their moments. I think now the magnifying glass is more so on us.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah.
I like it.
So it's like maybe things will slowly shift, but it's like it's a weird situation from like just me on the outside looking in on what I've seen.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how it is for you. Like being in the midst of it all.
That's why I just try to stay in my own little shell and not really. Um, I really don't bother myself with all that extra stuff. I just try to do what I need to do and step back out the way.
So true.
Yeah.
Now, is there any advice or like recommendations or just any type of like knowledge that you would want to give to someone that's out there even wanting to like pursue a dream? Maybe not even just when it comes to music or, you know, what bit of advice could you really give someone that wants to like really push through?
Just no matter what, just don't give up. I've had some moments, and I don't know. I guess I can't speak this for everybody, but I have a really high faith in God. You have to put your faith somewhere, and I think that's pretty much what helped me get through a lot of that I went through that I just didn't foresee a way, and bam, there's a way almost every time. And it just came to a point where I just stopped worrying about stuff because it's like, shoot, I'm worrying. And then every single time, down to the minute, it could be 3:30 that I need this to happen, and at 2:29:29 is happening. It's been happened too many times like that. And I'm like, at this point, I'm just not going to worry. And we just going to push through everything. Just push through it. Don't worry. Worrying is going to, it gets you to a different space. So it makes you where you can't even concentrate on what you really need to be doing. So worrying about stuff is really not it. Just keep moving forward no matter what. And just know at the end of the day, if it's something that you really want and you're working hard towards it, it's going to happen.
Right.
You just gotta know that. Trust the process. Don't rush the process.
Yeah,
That's a great one. What is no? Who is someone that you didn't get a chance to meet out of those many people that you met that you wish you or that you want to meet today? Like I know you did the Joe this
Three
season.
people. It's too late for two. Biggie and I won't even say Biggie. I like them, but Tupac.
Oh yeah.
I called my mom crying like I won't even get a chance to meet him now. She like, if you don't get off my phone. Like that was the only thing I was worried about is that I won't be able to meet him now.
I cried too, like it
And
was
she
really
was
my
on the
first
plane.
time.
She like, oh, this is why you calling me. I'm on a plane somewhere. Like, goodbye. I'm like, oh, this is serious.
Mhm.
What's wrong
It
with
was
you?
very serious.
And Michael Jordan. And
Oh,
I didn't come close to meeting him, but I came close to him. Like,
okay.
close enough.
That works.
My mom took me to a game one time, and we left out like in the back area. And I just remember seeing this white Benz, and it had 0230. And I was like, Mom, I'm like, that's his car. She like, how do you know? I said, look at the plate. What do you mean? The car started pulling up. I'm like, we gotta get to the car. We done ran to her car and followed his car,
funny.
but it got on the freeway, and we didn't know where we was going.
Oh.
But I got some pictures on the back of the car. Like, I got some pictures on the back of the car. I was happy as heck about that. Shoot.
I know that's right.
But we all know my person that I want to meet.
Who is it?
Morris Chestnut. I love him.
Oh, I don't know nothing about no
I
actors.
love Morris Chestnut.
I can't call out.
In the music
I know who he
industry,
is, though. Thank God. One person I know.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
in the music industry, I think Tank. I love Tank so much. Yeah, him and definitely Morris Chestnut. Those are my two.
Back to Morris.
Back to Morris.
Yeah. Anybody for you?
I can't remember.
What?
Oh, wait.
You don't got that
Just
one
wait.
already?
Just wait. I'm tripping. I do got two more. Gucci
Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with one of them.
and Fabulous. Like,
I like Fabulous.
most
Oh gosh,
diehard,
how could I ever forget?
Oh, how could I
that?
forget?
Yeah.
biggest fan.
I forget Rick Ross. I love Rick Ross.
I love Fabulous. I just
I
love
don't know, it's just about his like
His
the way
swag.
he talks.
that's Rick Ross swag.
I love him.
Yeah, I love his shyness. I love his cockiness.
Yeah.
I
And he
believe
seemed like
that's
he
the
real
one.
cool to be around. He seemed like he funny.
Yeah.
I like that. Listen.
Yeah. And Gucci, I
I
just
love Iman, but like he's a married man. I mean,
Who's that?
Evelyn is too. So like, let's say Iman Shumpert. He's a basketball player. He's married to Tiana Taylor now. He
Oh.
plays on the Shy.
I can't
I
believe you
see.
ain't say Lucky Day.
See, this ain't fair.
Well, that's a different
Oh my
type of situation.
God.
I want to have his child. So I want
You gotta see him,
than just
But you
me.
still gotta meet him. You gotta meet him to have a child.
Oh, that's a different.
That's why I was like, I can't
Ooh.
believe she can't think of nobody in her head.
I would. Yeah, I want to have his child to his music.
I like Sean Millie too.
Right?
He's an actor.
No, a singer.
Ooh. Ooh.
A singer.
What's
Sean
he-
Millie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the lady.
Tigger and them, what?
Who the hell is that?
Oh, she don't know her?
No, man.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
hell, I don't know
Sean
who that
Millie.
is.
Girl,
Wait a minute. I don't know
Jesus
who that
Christ.
is.
Look, listen to his song.
See, it be
Love,
moments like this that be like, I need to retract that name.
listen to his song Love Me and Lullaby. He got a bunch of them on there, but those it's three of them that I love on.
S-E-A-N?
S-H-U-N. Millie.
What the? I had to check my library first just to make sure that it wasn't
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
how I can
Oh, I love him.
No results. Damn.
I mean-
Oops, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
Jay
you know,
Brown.
it's-
All right, I'm on it. No worries. And then
You found them? Girl.
I'm on it. Oh, and all you got is singles right now? Okay,
Girl.
great. I ain't that far behind. Thank you, Jesus.
Like, who was that? Tigger was the one who like really like started speaking on him, and for everybody that's how I think he really got like to everybody else's ears, because they heard him when they first heard him sing. His voice sounded like an older guy, and he's so young. Wait till you hear his voice. Like everybody was like, "This is Sean Millie." Like, I mean, you know, this is the person who made "Love Me." His body, face, nothing don't match his voice.
I'm on it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I love him too.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
And he actually liked one of my comments on Insta. So I love him.
There be moments like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I screenshot.
I still have
Mm-hmm.
the people that like my stuff, though, people don't ever know. They be the executives and the A&Rs. I'll be like, oh my gosh, you follow.
Right, that'd be exciting.
Jesus. Whew. I gotta figure it out. I'm just
I had a fake
I
Morris
can see
Chestnut
the
page follow me.
girl, wait a minute. Just what happened to me the other day. Okay? Don't have a fake Kathy Hughes page follow me. Oh, no.
No.
I was like,
I would have been mad.
I was like, wait, what? But I already followed a real page.
I'm like, I don't know, I love him like this.
I
That
was
y'all
like,
know
I
that
wanted to be like, can you delete this fake page? Don't follow me.
man.
Yeah, don't play with me like
That's
that.
what they
I
did.
need her
Like,
in my life.
it's like two
Do
different
not play
fake
with me like
pages
that.
on Insta, and it's like, wait a minute. Like, are y'all trying to tell me something? Like, is he about to reach out to me or something? Like, what?
I think a
hate
fun
fake
platform to use when it comes to interact with certain artists is Twitter. Like, I think that's really hype. It's a R&B artist. Her name is Christina Savannah. Love her.
Uh-huh.
She's amazing.
That damn Afro
Love
song.
her. Yeah.
She
has,
she the truth.
She has a song called like "What You Won't Do."
I heard it.
That one is.
I love
Self care is really my
Yes.
one. That's the one that gets me through.
That was the first song I heard about.
Yeah, she's amazing. And she was like interacting and she was talking and it was like if you respond to her, she was actually responding. And it's like it's so exciting to see like artists actually respond to people that are like
Kate Michelle said my name.
disagree.
She said my name on her live. I was like, we was talking about her moving to because I was like, yeah, I want to move like to like a ranch or something like that. Like, you know, she was talking about the cows and all that stuff. And I was like, I wish I could just get a house like that. And she was like, me too, Jay Matthews. And I was like, but she was talking to me for a second until somebody came on there and was rude on her thing and then just like messed up the whole vibe. But she was talking to me for a minute.
It's cool.
Thing.
I love
interacting with people.
Yes.
I like that.
Because that lets you know
Makes them
exactly
feel
how
like
she
they're
said humble
human.
and that they down to earth. Like,
K Michelle, I started loving her
I've been loving her.
when it wasn't even about the music. This girl was gonna post a video that a girl came up to her trying to deliver a package, right? And she had the Ring video. This is the Ring camera. The first time I learned about that camera. And she run the doorbell, the girl, and nobody came. So I think she's seen the camera. And the girl don't twerk in the camera. And K Michelle was like, "Get your MFing ass off my porch." And the girl dropped the thing and just took off running.
Sound just like her,
It was
too.
so
Sound just like
funny.
her.
I was like, okay, I love her now.
She be popping off
It was
quick.
so funny. Get your I was like, oh my God.
I was like, when she popped off on who was that? The one with the nail polish. The guy with the nail polish.
Which one?
A1.
A1, his wife. When she popped off on them, because they tried to snitch, like A1 snitched on her and said that she was on her cell phone, because you know they not, when they be on those shows, they're not supposed to have their cell phones. What was it, Marriage Boot Camp? Yeah, they was on that, and you know they're not supposed to have their cell phone, or I think they only get it for like a couple of minutes every day or something. But anyway, she had her phone, and A1 went down there and told them, like, why we can't get our phones, and she got hers, and so her boyfriend went back in there and told her, man, she nutted up, and they was about to fight and everything. Like she went in on them quick. Quick.
Yes.
Little firecracker.
Mm-hmm. She always been a firecracker. I've been loving her and her music.
Yeah. Like, but I love it.
Now she going to country, so she want to do. She always want like country, so that's her.
Her
she
and
not-
Monica actually.
I don't think she even about to do R&B no more. She's switching over to country.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Then we'll go there, sis.
Going back into the historical roots
Amen.
of country music.
She got the little country sound anyway, so
Yeah, that's what she received her scholarship for when she went to what is it, Florida?
Country music.
Yeah, she
Yodeling.
got scholarship for yodeling.
yodeling.
Yodel.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
really?
and yodel is right on
Very
that side.
versatile.
Wow.
So yeah,
Mhm. That's what we was talking about, because she was like, she was moving, like, you know, going to the country and doing her country music and all that stuff. And that's why I was like, I always want to like have my own barn and just my own place where I ain't got nobody around me.
Right. Right.
That's why we was talking about. And she said my name.
She's a country girl. She
Mhm.
favored Dolly Parton a lot.
Yeah, she
Studied
did sound.
Carlisle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
She kind of
How
almost
can we
reminded me.
find you on social media? For everybody, you know, don't want to keep up your whole night.
Probably-
But
probably,
where can we find you?
Instagram would be best, and then just use the Linktree link.
Okay.
So Carita Montez Millers on Instagram.
Okay.
Carita Montez, Montez Miller.
Okay. Carita, Carita.
There you go.
Make sure, because
Thank you.
people love to
Appreciate
put a K.
Or two
Or
R's.
L.
Yes.
And call you
Or Clarita.
Carita. Yeah.
Yes, they do. You're right. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah. You're welcome. But personally, like in regards to the podcast, we really do appreciate you for like taking the time. Like you have such background and
Thank you.
future in regards to like this whole industry and things. So like just to have you with us and talking to us, like it means a lot.
Thank you for speaking that into existence. I appreciate it.
Yes, for sure.
And I
Speaking
appreciate you guys
everything
having
that
me.
we talked about into existence. on
Yes,
this podcast
seriously.
Trying to
tonight.
learn how to not be so uncomfortable with these kind of things. So
Mhm.
you guys actually made it very comfortable.
Good.
I wasn't nervous,
Yes.
which is odd.
Because you know what, we had guests that came on that said they was nervous because they never did a podcast before ever. But
I was nervous when I first got here. And when I came upstairs, I was a little bit, but then it went away
Yeah.
quick.
it was like it's comfortable and yeah.
I don't know. I'm telling you, I was like, man, I gotta go do this podcast. I'm just not these things here, all this stuff. And when I went to Specs Howard, this is the funniest thing. It was nobody in the studio, and I used to be nervous as heck.
I almost went to Specs.
Like
Howard. I wanted to go
nobody
there so bad.
for the radio portion or the video portion. Nobody there, and I was so nervous. Every time Chris Kelly told me, "You ready to get on the mic?" Girl, I'm disappearing for at least an hour, and then you're gonna forget about it.
No.
I'm not getting on no microphone to talk about nothing during this time. I'm so sorry. This is not why I came here. I just want to work in the music industry. I do not want to be on the radio at all. Keep me away from that.
What did you take as specs?
Video production, but I didn't want to. I wanted to work in the music, so
Yes.
I somehow convinced them to let me get an internship at the radio station, even though I only had a video production degree.
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's why I wanted to go to.
You did
I
it.
wanted to go to
Mason
specs.
helped that thing.
And
Oh gosh.
let me
It's like
tell
the
you how I
Godfather
got played.
of radio.
That's right.
I tried to go to specs, and they I was working at Sprint at the time, and my manager had Friday morning meetings. It was optional for. Like he could have let me go, and he just was a hater. Like literally, did not want me to go to school. Like she was like, I can do it like 3 times out the week, where you can come Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but that's Friday. I couldn't do it. She's like, I can even get you to 3 days. I always wanted to go to specs.
I loved it. It was so fun.
Mhm.
I could only
It was
imagine.
back 2001 when I graduated, so that was years ago. But it was so fun. If I could do it again, I would.
I can only imagine.
I wonder if I
I
can.
would do it all over again.
I wonder
So
now that I got
fun.
this easy, like this easier job, that if I can go and
Let's see, why not?
I'm gonna see if I can go there. Cause
Check into it.
I love like
They're still
Specs,
open.
I
Oh, I know,
registered for
because this wasn't when I'm talking about just happened a few years back. So it wasn't like back in the day. This just happened when my manager hated like that, and I was so sad. Like I wanted to quit Sprint, but if Sprint was good money, and I have a family, so I couldn't just quit that job. But I needed the job while I'm in school, so I can still take care of my finances. But I always wanted to go to Specs Howard. Like I was on the phone with that lady in tears. Like he told me that I couldn't do the Friday.
That sucks.
Check it out and refocus.
Mhm.
Yeah. People keep stopping you.
For real. I just registered to go to Berkeley College. I'm excited about that.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
I was just gonna take a class, but then like the class versus the degree.
And take your time with it. I tell people all the time, especially when it comes to like expanding like your education or even going for degrees, it is a marathon. Don't let nobody sit here and make it seem like
Exactly.
it's a X, Y, and Z time frame when it comes to completing your education and work. Like, no, it's not. It's all based on what works best for you. If you can only take a class or two, take your class or two.
Yeah.
You'll get there when you get there.
Exactly.
It's not like a main jump or leap or, oh, I see X, Y, like somebody else doing something. No.
Yeah, everybody
It's
has a
still
different
it's
story.
your track.
Everybody has a different road.
Everything, yes. And people also need to realize the importance in regards to educating themselves. There's nothing wrong with taking a
'Cause I
class.
feel like I can learn a lot by doing the job or self-educating. I mean, I have done that a lot, but I think just having that degree would first of all, make me feel better.
Yeah.
And I think too, it would more solidify
Mhm.
myself in my role if I just have a degree that says, yes, I went to school for this.
Yeah.
I like school, especially if it's something that I like to do.
Me too.
Yes.
So
it's something I like.
Yes.
Now that I found this, it's over. I don't know.
And
It's
keep
over.
doing it.
I
That is a
can't
big
stop
thing.
at this point.
I can't wait till I can get my toe into it. I cannot wait. Yeah.
You got it in there.
I cannot wait.
You got your whole foot in there.
Yeah.
Take the other one.
I cannot wait because I just love
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna push you.
I love
I
the
need
movies.
your number so I could be calling and texting like what you gonna say.
I'm gonna give it to you. I had talked to this guy though. I forgot his name. I gotta go through my inbox, but he was like he was doing like this casting thing for a movie, and he sent me in my inbox. He sent me scripts.
So you saying you want to act too?
Yeah.
I ain't got time to do that.
Oh yeah. He sent me scripts for me to do the recording,
I got.
and I was like,
He's a supervisor for scenes. Yes.
he gave me like a whole list of scripts, and I can find.
It's
the
so
one.
many auditions. It's so many people that don't audition and just say, send your headshot.
I can only imagine.
It's people that, I mean, they give acting classes. If you take the acting class, you guarantee the role.
Yeah, I was looking at that Dennis Reed class that was coming up. I had
He
seen
don't
that.
even do auditions.
It was the lady.
He got that going on, but he take headshots. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't be looking at me like that.
Say, before we let you go, is there any last things you want to provide out to the audience out there?
If you are an artist, just learn the business or have somebody behind you, a partner that you absolutely trust to learn the business for you. I mean, it's still, if you as an artist are not supposed to take care of the business, but it's still important that you know the business. And that's the best advice I can give for any up and coming artist. Like, that is like one of the most important things ever. You gotta know it. If not, it's kind of pointless for you to even be doing what you're doing. Unless you just want people to know or maybe try to find out about you. I don't know. It's pointless. You got to know the business.
Okay. Well, thank you again.
I'm taking
so
your advice
much.
too.
Yes.
I learned that's
You
why
have
I'm
dropped
like,
some gems.
Let me go to school. I mean, although I'm teaching myself, but still, I know it's a lot of stuff that I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
Or things I feel like I want to get better at doing it. So I think school is going to help.
Yeah, because I've reached out to people. And actually, this is why I forgot to mention this part, but this is why another reason why I didn't like asking people for stuff, because the people that I did ask, like, hey, this is the field I'm trying to go into. Like, you already in it. Like, can you give me some advice or can you help me out? Like, I even offered to pay people like sometimes, and they still was just on bullshit. Like, I got you, and you never hear from them again. Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
But that's what made me not to stop asking. Period. Like, but I know you hear 1,000 no's and you may hear 5 yeses. But
yes,
I learned that now. But then I was just over it. So
yeah,
it is.
But yes. But thank you again. Again, where can we reach you?
Again, on Instagram.
Media. Yes.
Or my website, theladywiththegoldenear.com. All of my links are there as well.
Yes. Well, thank you again from the both of us.
Thank you for having me.
Today, you have really shed a lot of light on different things that not just us, but everybody watching didn't know about. So, thank you again. Thank you everybody for reaching out to us. Like, subscribe, share, all of that. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and all the above. We are on all different platforms and levels. You can listen to us on SoundCloud. I believe we're also making our way to Spotify. But again, thanks again and have a great night, guys.
Good night, everybody.